don't know what his problem is. This guy in the next building, and there's no trespassing signs. The kids have been out of control. They're screaming, yelling.
Now a convicted killer, this same woman says she deserves a light sentence in the shooting death of her neighbor.
I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a calling me Karen. They're calling me names. Really, we're going to, devolve to this simple bullying. I don't want to face this.
This 60-year-old white woman became known as Florida Karen after shooting and killing her neighbor, a black mother of 4. She fired this deadly shot through a locked door. She faces up to 30 years behind bars, but she's now asking the court to go easy on her. We're taking a look at the latest in the case of Susan Lorincz. I'm Gillespie, and this is Law&Crime News. This is a case we've covered here on Law&Crime for more than a year, and also one that got some major media attention because of the details of the case. They're almost too hard to believe. It was June 2023 when Lorincz fatally shot and killed a Jika, or AJ Owens. But their disagreements began long before that. Lorincz first contacted the Marion County Sheriff's Office in February 2022, reporting that Owens got physical with her.
I work at home, I do insurance, and the kids are screaming and yelling. And so it's very hard for me. And this is my apartment here. When they're all here in the front, it's really, we can hear it's loud, it's noisy, kids are active.
Okay.
They're kids.
Yeah,
but when they come on the side here, I just can't hear my clients.
Okay.
And that's not fair to me.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right to have peaceful and quiet enjoyment.
I understand.
I'm sorry, my heart's thumping.
No, you're fine, just breathe.
I just didn't know she was going to actually get physical with me.
What the other sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not cool. You don't get physical. I mean, that's ridiculous.
She just threw it?
No, she whipped it at me.
Okay.
I mean, she hit me.
Owens spoke to first responders that day too, but had a different story.
She's showing her sign, showing her sign, like almost like she went and bought a little private property sign and she stuck it in there. So she has the sign and she's basically like ramming the sign in my face. And then when she went to pick it back up, I picked the sign up and I threw the sign. I literally picked the sign up, and as I walked off, I threw the sign. I said, I can go and buy a sign too. It still doesn't mean anything. At that point, I guess she's already on the phone and I'm being attacked. Someone's attacking me. I'm literally in the street now, proceeding to come over here. Everybody's standing.
Where this happened?
Right over here behind the mailboxes.
Okay.
Owens explained the root of the problems. Lorincz rented a home next to an open field where the neighborhood kids hung out. Lorincz claimed the children couldn't play or walk their dogs anywhere near that empty lot, even though she didn't own it.
Funny because I'm the one that never comes outside and says anything to her. But today, I just happened to feel in. First of all, before she moved there, this big open space right here, all the kids, they like to play kickball, football, and it's what she moves in. I don't want y'all playing over here. This is private property, so they don't play there anymore. Okay, fine. I told my kids at least. They're playing over there, y'all don't go. Okay? So we have a dog. And she's always taking pictures of the kids. Oh, I'm going to call the police and have you guys arrested. Always bad for the kids. So some kids come over there, stay away from here, don't. Whatever. So we have a dog. My kids take the dog out. The other day she tells my son, I'm going to have you arrested and you're going to jail. He's 8, so he's terrified. He won't even walk the dog anymore.
Just let her know all that.
Okay. So she's terrified. He won't even walk the dog anymore. So I had my 11-year-old take the dog out now. So he's walking the dog on this side. Now you live on this side, okay? You don't want them over here, fine, but this is joint area. You can't tell them they can't walk in on this side. So he's walking the dog and he's all the way back towards the fence. I'm standing here. On my phone. She comes outside to go to the car or something. She sees him. Oh, I told you I'm going to have you arrested. I'm going to have you arrested today. She has her phone out like she's taking this picture of it. Now he's trying to run back across the street. So I said, I'm sorry, what are you saying to me? And so I go over there. This is my private property. They can't have the dog over here. I told her, first of all, he's not on your property. He's on this side. You don't own it. And even if it was on this side, you don't own this either. You're renting this just like I rent over here, just like they rent over there. You don't own this. You can't tell them, technically, if they're not in your personal space, that they can't walk the dog or even throw their football over here.
Okay, I know you're multitasking when you're watching our videos, but if you're out and about running errands, listen up. I have to tell you about the free app Upside that gets you cash back on daily essentials. It's something I use every time I pump my gas because it's so easy and it's free. All you have to do is get the Upside app and claim an offer for whatever you're buying. So you pay as usual and then just follow the steps on the app to get paid. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on your screen and use our promo code LCNews to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. After this initial call, Lorincz didn't slow down. She called the Marion County Sheriff's Office nearly a dozen times over the next 6 months. Her complaints? Well, that her neighbor kids were trespassing and causing a public disturbance.
Kids keep running back and forth over here. When the kids are out front, I don't, it's really noisy. The way my apartment's set up, you can see it ends here. They're screaming, yelling. I don't get a break from the kids at all. They don't have children. I've asked them, please, the kids all live on that side of the street. For some reason, they love to play over here. I'm like, guys.
Probably because it's open.
I understand that. I have migraines, horrible migraines. I had a very bad car wreck, had my neck fused. I need more back surgery. I don't want to hear these children. I've asked them, please, keep the kids away. There's other places they can play. They don't have to play here. They're screaming, yelling at me, telling the kids are not hurting anybody. The kids, they're not damaging anything. Well, they're damaging me because the migraines are so bad. Most days I could barely stand. I'm on Zopiromate. I'm on Duress. I'm on Sumatriptan. It's horrible for me. I'm in pain. I don't want to hear the children. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but, it's not fun.
Okay. Well, have you talked to your landlord?
Yes. There's no trespassing sign.
Okay.
And they're saying that this guy is giving them okay to be on the property. He doesn't own the property. Someone up in North Carolina owns the property. I'm a real estate agent. Looked them up. So I don't know where they're getting their information from. It's just not true. I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a calling me Karen. They're calling me names. Really, we're going to, devolve to this simple bullying. I don't want to face this.
In another instance, Lorincz told sheriff's deputies that her no trespassing sign was stolen again.
What's going on this evening?
Both the children screaming their full heads off, running around. I had my truck parked in front here, so I didn't have to listen to the screaming and yelling. As soon as I moved the truck, the kids are coming up. I'm like, guys, stop. They know they're not supposed to be over here. They've been told many times. They've previously stolen the trespassing sign.
She also says someone approached her front door and threatened her.
And the little kid tells me to shut up to my face. I said, don't be disrespectful to me. And he's exchanging words back and forth. I'm like, listen, my name is Dr. Lorincz. Don't tell me to shut up. And he was calling me names. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. I said, go wherever you live. Listen, you're knock. His mother comes over here. If you treat my son like that again, I'm going to rip your ass out and go beat you up. Excuse me? I don't bloody well think so. And I said, see that no trespassing sign? Get off my porch. And no, I'm not going to. I said, no, I'm calling the sheriff's department. And I don't know who the hell she was, but...
Do you know where she lives?
I guess somewhere in there.
Do you know what she looks like?
She was black, woman, 20s, 30s, but I'm not going to take this.
During this same call, sheriff's deputies spoke with some of the kids who live nearby, who described their interactions with Lorincz.
Were you the guys that this lady was mad about?
Yes, and I just want to say that every time, even if we're not...
Hold on. Let's bring it down.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Every time, even if we're not on her property, and we're just, being loud and playing basketball over there because there's a basketball hoop.
I got you.
She just calls us names.
Okay.
Yeah, literally, literally, all the kids, because that's an open spot right there.
Yeah.
All that is not her property.
I got
The
you.
guy that I was just telling this officer right here, this guy has said numerous times, y'all come over here and play, because they all like to play football and stuff.
Okay.
So he's okay with it, and that's where they mainly are. They're more on his side.
Okay. What kind of names is she calling you guys?
The B word.
The P word, every word in the book. One time the kids were playing right there, and it was his dad outside. And then she came
Your
out
dad?
yelling.
Cowboy?
Yeah, my dad.
She came out yelling, and she was talking about a little girl getting raped and stuff. She's crazy. She'll come out just yelling
she
about.
just says weird. I have said stuff to her before because one time I just happened to come outside, and she was calling me like, relax. I'm
Yeah.
like, these are kids here.
If she starts screaming at you guys, I want you to go tell an adult, okay? I don't want you to antagonize her, okay? Because what happens is when you guys antagonize her, she can make you guys look bad. And you guys are just out here playing, right?
Eventually, responding sheriff's deputies level with Lorincz.
You don't have sole control over the parking lot. There's 4 people here.
Yeah, but those children don't live here. I mean, they literally live across the street on the other side. They don't.
I understand what you're telling me, and I get it, but you don't have sole power to say, hey, they can't be in this parking lot.
But he's asked them to leave. I mean, you can call Charles. I mean,
I'm just telling you it's trespassing. It's the first time's civil because it doesn't become criminal until they're warned.
okay, but he's already told them no trespassing.
Who's he?
All right, and he's just trespassing right now.
Can I talk to you for a second? When are you done?
He's trespassing right now. He's trespassing.
He came over to come ask us a question.
And he's been
What do you need us to do? What do you want us to do?
tell the girls not to come. They can't come on when I'm on the phone.
Okay.
I mean, literally, they cannot come on when I'm on the phone.
I mean, I can talk to them if I can figure out who they are, but... Yeah.
I mean, he needs to get, because he's screaming all the time, too.
Okay.
He just needs to get off.
When deputies finally speak to this neighbor, Lorincz goes out of her way to interrupt their conversation because she says it's distracting.
This is just an open field. You know, it belongs to both property. You know what I'm saying? So if the kids want to play there, whatever. And that's what I keep telling them. Hey, as long as you don't get in her door, you don't start throwing rocks, don't be cursing at her. It's okay. She can cut the cups whenever she wants. But and I was trying to reason with her one day because we were all playing here. You know, the kids, everything jumping. All right, let's go. And she's like, hey, you know what? One day you guys are gonna die. And I'm like, and that's when I like, whoa.
The body camera video we've been just showing you is a taste of how often sheriff's deputies were called to Lorinc's home. There are literally dozens of hours of recordings of Susan Lorincz complaining. All these complaints led up to June 2nd of 2023 though, when Lorincz fatally shot AJ Owens.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Turn around! Turn around! Where's your gun at?
You got hands? You got hands?
You're going to be detained for
Is there anybody else in the house?
No, there's somebody else in the house. Can I just get my
No,
daughter?
no, not right now.
All right.
You're not under arrest. You're being detained.
Okay, I understand.
Come over here.
Wait, can you close the door? I have 2 cats inside.
Hold
I
on.
don't want the cats to run out.
As first responders loaded Lorincz into a squad car, they spoke with some of Owens' children.
She came and banged on the door, her window.
Okay.
Slide door. That, she banged on that, and then the door.
Okay.
And then I was on my electric scooter right here, and then I don't know where I hear a big bang.
Okay.
I was running.
Did you actually see anybody with any kind of gun, anything like that, or did you just hear?
I was here running.
Okay. What did you see after that?
I don't know, I came outside and I saw my first mom on the ground.
Okay. Good job.
This next video is heartbreaking to watch when AJ Owens' kids get the devastating news that their mother has been killed.
Today has been a very bad day. There's something bad that's happened. And y'all seen it, y'all understand it, y'all experienced it, right? Okay. Y'all love me? Okay. Y'all love Mom? All right. Well, I got some bad news to tell you. Mom is not coming back anymore. Come, come. No, come here. Come over here. Listen to me. No, I know. Okay. It's okay. I know. It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am sorry. I'm so sorry.
You can't go.
No, she's gone. Okay. It's alright. You guys are gonna be okay. It's alright. You guys are alright. It's okay.
God.
Against facts. I know this ain't easy.
No, I know. Right now, God, give me strength, God.
Yes.
Lord, give me strength. Lord, I need your strength right now, God. Your strength right now, God. It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry.
Give it up.
I need my mouth strong in the heart right now, God. Touch her, God. Give her strength.
I hate her.
Oh.
She's been bothering her. She's in jail for good.
After Lorincz is taken into custody, she explains what led up to the shooting from her perspective.
All of a sudden, she comes out and she is just banging on my door. I'm like, go away. I'm not dealing with you tonight. And then she started banging so hard, everything started shaking. And I'm like, you really need to leave. And then she, I'm going to kill you. And she's just banging away. You know, I'm like, it's crazy. Ever since she has actually harmed me, I'm like, it just keeps getting worse and worse. I'm like, I don't know what to do with her. And she banged so hard, it looked like my door was going to fly off. And I panicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's really going to kill me this time, you know. And so I don't even actually remember picking up the gun. I just remember shooting.
Lorincz explained she shot at Owens through her locked front door because she said she feared for her life.
It was only because she was pounding at my door. And I, honest to God, thought she was going to come in.
Lorincz was ultimately charged with first-degree felony manslaughter. She pleaded not guilty and went to trial in August. Prosecutors came out swinging with their opening statement. Here's what they said.
The defendant admitted during her interview that she was the one that fired that gun. She also admitted that the act of pulling that trigger and firing that gun was an intentional act. It wasn't an accidental situation. It wasn't a situation where she slipped and fell and the gun accidentally went off and shot through the door and struck Miss Owens. That's not what we have here. She intentionally fired it. There's no doubt the defendant intentionally committed an act which caused the death of AJ Owens. The evidence has proven that the defendant did act with utter disregard for the life of others. She pointed a loaded firearm towards a door, towards a person that she knew was there on the opposite side of the door, and intentionally pulled the trigger. That shows a reckless disregard for human life. It's an act which she must have known or reasonably known would cause death or serious bodily injury if that projectile struck somebody. The evidence has proven beyond any reasonable doubt that the act of firing that gun constitutes culpable negligence. The crime of manslaughter has been proven beyond any doubt whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. The question in this case lies with whether or not she was allowed to shoot and kill Miss Owens under these circumstances.
And here's how the defense countered.
If Susan Lorincz was in a dwelling in which she had a right to be, she had no duty to retreat. If you remember during the trial, Mr. Smith had asked some of the witnesses, did Susan shoot from way back there by her bedroom? Did she shoot from behind that countertop or behind that kitchen? It doesn't matter. Because she has no duty to retreat and she can stand her ground when she is in her dwelling if she is faced with imminent danger. Another important part of this is if she reasonably believed. We do not judge Susan Lorincz with what we in this courtroom have experienced in life. It's not what I would do, or Mr. Buxman or Mr. Smith would do in that circumstance. It's what Susan Lorincz reasonably believed was necessary to prevent. That's a very important word, prevent.
But it wasn't long before the jury returned a verdict.
Verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find as to count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that during the commission of the offense, the defendant personally used a firearm? Yes. So say we all, dated the 16th day of August, 2024.
So all this happened back in August, and Lorincz has been held in jail ever since. She hasn't been sentenced yet, and is now making a request for when she is. This month, her team filed a motion requesting a reduced sentence for Lorincz, arguing she acted out of extreme duress and needs mental health treatment. The defense says Lorincz requires specialized treatment for a mental health disorder that is unrelated to substance abuse or addiction, or for a physical disability. The motion mentions Owens too, saying she was an initiator, willing participant, aggressor, or provoker of this incident. It goes on to say Lorinc's capacity to appreciate the criminal nature of the conduct or to conform that conduct to the requirements of the law was substantially impaired. It remains to be seen whether Lorincz will really receive a lesser sentence she's requesting. Right now, she faces 30 years behind bars and is set to be sentenced on November 25th. Reporting for Law&Crime, I'm Gillespie.